Sir, I'm confused. I know that I said that I wanted to learn new magic, but I thought we would be heading over to the library. Why are we at the front gate?
What you need to understand is that not all magic can be learned just by reading a book. You have to actually go for it, understand where it comes from. It's just that simple. You will need to go out on your own. Go to the mountaintop. There you will learn the new magic.
Okay. What should I look for?
Well, tell me this. What magic is it that you wish to find?
I wish to master the cold.
Then you will need to venture to the mountains yourself.
Okay.
A few key things to remember. You need to be resourceful. But once you reach the top, understand that it will be a harsh task. You will need to reach the highest peak in the mountain. There you will learn the way of mastering the cold. But yet again, remember, only alone can you learn this method.
I just feel like it should be just as simple as the other magic, right? It's written in the books. Why is this one any different?
Fire is the movement of energy, power, and heat. What you wish to find, well, there's none of that. You must understand how it feels to be.
Just too long. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh. Let's get out of here. There's nothing here. I'm sitting here to die.
Let the cold take you. Remember, for you to master this, you must let yourself feel the cold.
You know now.
Remember,
Dying from the cold anymore. That was good. I think I can master the code now. Hello everyone and welcome back to Blade and Sorcery. I'm going to be starting to do a lot more of these, so be prepared for it. But today we're going to be going over another U11 mod. I know, still, we are technically in a newer version, and we will start covering mods over that as well, but there are some mods I feel like I didn't get to experience or witness in playing the previous version, and when the game updated, you know, kind of became too late. Except for the fact that you can change the version of the game, and that was super handy just to play these old-fashioned mods. And with that being said, I'm going to do the same as last time. I'm going to show you exactly how to do the reinstall. That'll be helpful for you later on. It's an easy little menu over in the Oculus app, and then you can get it that way. Even in the Steam application, you can change the version. I have yet to know exactly how, but that's the case. As well as I will link you exactly where the mod goes in the description, so it can help you out to play this mod yourself. But today we are going to be dealing with the Ice mod. It's actually a pretty interesting one. It's a new, obvious magic, and you can actually merge it with the other elements as well. And you're going to be seeing that as we progress in this. So with that being said, I hope your mates are ready. Do consider becoming part of the channel if you actually enjoy what you see. And with that being said, let's go ahead and begin. Now we can begin. Don't mind them. That was something that I was testing with. Because with the start of this mod, it's in your book. There's a little tab that will appear. That way you can have all your abilities here. But one of the things that you're going to have to do, as you can see, I'm a level 29. I had spent so much time grinding away to get all of these abilities that deal with the magic for this mod. And I gotta say, it's quite the hefty build, but it's pretty interesting to see them all in action right off the bat. I have managed to witness all of them except for one, which is this one. It's a merge in ice and gravity to create a freezing sphere. We will get to that, but we'll slowly progress in all of them. But to give you a viewpoint is that with the ice magic mod, when you first start using it, it'll throw ice spikes. You will launch ice spikes and they will fall, kind of like arrows. What they do is they stun enemies upon contact, and it will, well, as it said, freeze them in place. So it's pretty handy. So let's go ahead and start getting into combat, but we'll do 1v1s. That way you may have a pretty good understanding of how this works. But unfortunately, since I unlocked all the abilities, you're not going to be able to see that the fact that when I shoot an ice shot, it actually follows, no, it actually just drops. So you got to be pretty accurate with your shots. So as a starter, we have ourselves a rank system in which every ability is. I believe that the smallest point is Frost 1, so this allows you to imbue weapons. It's a pretty standard method, I'm sure you can understand it. It'll turn like a shiny teal blue, actually it's more of a sky blue, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit like that. And when you attack and pierce enemies upon impact, they will freeze, which means they will slow down. They won't freeze completely, but they will slow down. Come on, come on. Let me jab you. So now he will start appearing in frosty shades. He'll have like beautiful little marks like Christmas time, and he'll start slowing down. And as you can see, he's having a hard time moving, and he dropped his weapon. Well, that was just because I stabbed him down. But yeah, so that's how that works. Frost imbue is kind of just a simple one. It's not really something that you might not need depending on your favorite methods of combat. I'll need that back, thank you. But I believe it works on blunts as well. Like this one. This is a blunt right here. Frost works as a blunt because you could stab with this one, but you can also go. And they will freeze upon landing. I do have a mod so that their combat, they kind of just drop and they kind of have a hard time getting up, so they don't die completely upon hitting them, but they get knocked out like that. It is pretty cool though. Haha, it's ice, so it's cool. So basically this is what your frost shot will look like. It's like a little icicle that you get off the top of a mountainside, a little icicle here and there. So the next one, I believe, which is tier 2, Grabble Ice. So this one is kind of, I mean you can understand it. You can grab the icicles and use them as full-on weapons. So I have myself 2 icicles in hand, so that's a good level 1. And they're not really meant for smacking around. They could do good for blocking. They make the same sounds as a sword when you're scraping them against each other, and they don't melt while they're in your hands. If you let it sit there for a moment and just let it go away, then it will disappear, obviously. But it's more of a piercing weapon. You go up to enemies and stab them with it. It makes ice float. It's gravity ice. So you launch it like that, and similar to what you saw before, it just floats there. It allows it to be very direct and very clean movement when it's moving through the air, but if you're pretty good and pretty accurate with your shots, it's pretty useful. But one of the things about it is it's more useful if you add this skill with it. Ice aim, you can see it costs 5 points, so that's going to be one heck of a level up to get this. But your aim was never better. The ice picks would move easily when they hit the target. So that mate is over there. But this ice, if you stare at them, will go directly to them. And you can see they just fly through the air. If you didn't have the gravity ice, then it would slide across the floor and then maybe hit them. But with this, it doesn't even matter how hard I got it in the foot, just standing over there. You launch multiple shots in the same direction, and that happens sometimes too. They'll ricochet off each other. I don't know if it registers completely, but yeah, it's a pretty neat tool to do that. And most often when you're throwing these things, it'll try to aim for the head of your enemies. It doesn't even matter how far away they are. The game will try to register this mod to make sure that you hit enemy's head, as she did. So that's kind of the top 4 of what you can get. Obviously it's not the cheapest ones, but I would say that the third cheapest one is this one, Ice Shoot. So this is what happens when you merge ice together. Similar to how like the fireworks, you can make the meteor, gravity creates the sphere of 0 grav, and lightning creates the lightning beam. Pretty standard. But you can put 2 ice together and it'll form like a little thing in the middle, which actually does count for your direct shot. So if you keep an enemy in line of when the shot is, you can launch it. But this one is not too good compared to the rest of the stuff that you can get. It's kind of just like an emergency in case you get surrounded, then you can have them back up a little bit. Alright, so this leads me into our merge abilities. So we did merge this one, and you can see the little ice formation right there, and then go, you just pull it outward. I don't think it matters exactly how you do it, but that's what happens. So this is to give you a good outside perspective of what this shot looks like, but it is a full circle shot. It'll go around you. So you merge it up, and then shoot. Hey, look, it got it. I've always enjoyed seeing what happens to magic when you merge them together, because I know that when you mix these 3 together, it's really cool. But you never actually see what happens if you merge them all together. There have been some mods where you can do that, like gravity and fire, and it creates a floating sun, which is cool. But I haven't seen the other ones yet. I would assume that gravity and lightning is probably a storm or something like that, but I'm not going to strain off topic too much. I'm just demonstrating the reasons why that would be cool as a modern mechanic. We should start with electric ice. So that's... you could take your guesses on what you think that's going to be like. You might get it right or you might not. If you get it right, it better not be because you played this already. How this one will work is you take 1 ice in your hand and 1 lightning, and you can merge it. And it creates little shots, little like lightning bolt shots that you can use to your advantage like that. And it does create shock damage, which is a bit weird because it has no frost damage. It's not really a frosty one, it's like an actual electric shock. So you have to keep your hands together and it'll start shooting shots. That's not going to look well after a bit. Oh! And I don't know if it's because we have infinite mana, it might be, but look at that. Alright, so the next one is fire and ice. It's an interesting mix because you think it wouldn't balance out properly. But I think I have to go up close to her for this. It'll create like a little blue light, blue fire in the center. And you shoot a beam. I don't believe the beam does that much. I think whatever that powder like smoke stuff was is what does the real damage. Because what it does is it actually does completely freeze the enemy in place. It'll knock them around a bit, but it'll freeze them. Wow, it's not really working on you, is it? She wants to fight. Oh. It'll pull them into the beam to shoot them in that direction. And as you can see, she's kind of, you know, stiff. I don't think she comes out of it either. Because what does it say it does? Merge ice fire to shoot a burning cold beam of ice. Yep, that's pretty much it. Merge to spray a ton of electric ice shrapnel. Or, oh, shurikens. That's cute. I didn't even think about the name of it. And now we gotta do the one that we haven't exactly tried out yet. Hold on. Alright, last one. I'm excited to see what this one is, but I feel like it's not gonna be as, great as I thought it would be. My thought is it's probably gonna be similar to the regular grab shield, except it's just gonna be like a hemisphere, a half dome, or a dome, not a half dome, a dome of ice. I like the patterns in this though. They make it look more like wind magic than ice, but I think it's fitting. So anybody within this radius, freeze it. Except for yourself, of course. Because how does this look from an outside point? I forgot to show you what the fire one looked like on the outside. I think it says it itself. But merging these two together, you can face it any way you want. I don't even think the angle matters at all, obviously. And then of course, you can see, it makes it like a tiny glowing snowball, which is cool. This is a huge hemisphere. This is a large area to deal with. I don't even know if there's zero grav in this. Nope, it's just specifically for an ice barrier. It's like an ice storm. That's cool, I like that. So now I think it's time to get the full feel of what ice magic does for us. We're gonna get a full combat mode going. All the enemies are gonna come for us and we're gonna have nothing else. Don't mind if you see any items that should not be here, because I haven't gotten rid of them yet. Oh, I guess there is other magic in this game. Weird. Okay, but let's go ahead and get this battle started. Let's see how we do. Neither should you. Maybe better. So that is the ice mod for version U11. If any of you plan on going to a previous version and play these mods, I really do recommend it because they're so fun and it's one heck of a workout, I can tell you that. Don't mind the fact that I'm in the mountains, I just had to go back to the origin of which I found this magic to begin with. And yeah, it was quite the hype. If there's any other mods that you need me to cover, then I can definitely check them out. Do consider playing any other mods and do consider becoming part of this channel if you are so interested. There's a little button right there in the bottom corner that'll help you out and it'll help you be entertained. Hopefully, I hope so. And if you're part of the channel already, do consider becoming a member, which means that you have access to custom emojis, get your name featured at the beginning of the episodes, and you get more involved in further episodes as you begin, or as we continue on with this channel, to say the least. But thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And